KUAM.
KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Up on prime time, all Guam Department of Education students enrolled into the face-to-face module are scheduled to resume 5 days of in-person instruction. Plus, up in Saipan, their governor stresses the importance of vaccinations after they record its highest spike in COVID cases to date. And in Public Health's weekly COVID briefing, the agency provides the latest numbers on child vaccinations.
Hafa and good evening. I'm Tyler Matsanani. We've got reaction today to Governor Lou Leon Guerrero's long-awaited reveal of her American Rescue Plan funding plan yesterday. The governor and lieutenant governor outlined more than $3.5 million in programs they want to implement. But Minority Leader Chris Duenas says, as far as he's concerned, the list was still short on details.
That presentation yesterday looked more like a mid-year State of the Island address than it did a plan rollout. I think there's a lot of anticipatory stuff in here. I think there's a lack of detail in terms of the here and the now.
Duenas says he gets it, that the administration is pooling all of the available federal assistance as part of a holistic approach to maximize the use of the money. But he says they need to get senators more involved.
While it is true all of this funding comes directly under the governor's purview, it has an immense effect on the general fund operations. I mean, I can envision maybe a legislature going forward and then saying, well, Governor, if that's the truth, then maybe we de-appropriate $150 million to start with from the general fund so that we can use that for more critical areas or contain spending.
In short, they need to plan beyond just a one-shot appropriation for a program if they intend to continue funding it into future budgets.
So this is how it has an effect. I mean, when you're using federal dollars and single-time infusions of cash to subsidize your local government operations, you have to have your legislature involved.
He also raised concern that the administration can't yet bank on President Biden's Build Back Better program for funding because it still has to clear the Senate.
I'd like to focus on the things that are actually tangible and doable so that our people understand what those benefits really are. On this note, I'm encouraged, and we should do as much to help our people as we can, but we should also give them the straight scoop.
The governor said at her press conference Tuesday that her plan will be flexible and there are likely to be changes along the way. It covers a wide range of social welfare and economic recovery programs. The federal government has poured in an unprecedented amount of pandemic assistance with estimates of more than $3.5 billion and counting. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor LaConta.
The CNMI governor emphasizes the vaccination effort and campaign amid the largest spike in the CNMI's battle with COVID-19. Our regional correspondent Tomas Manglonia reports.
The numbers are alarming, but CNMI health officials say they're more prepared than ever to protect the community.
I know that in recent weeks there's been a spike on COVID, but other than that, I cannot be more grateful than our community on following through on the protocols. We have the highest number of vaccinated community. We should be up at 85% now.
On a radio show Wednesday morning, the NMI governor commented on the surge in COVID cases on Saipan just before families gather for the holidays.
I asked so many things on our community to follow through our protocols, and they've done that. And that's one thing that I'm very grateful because it's a collaborative effort to keep everyone safe.
As we reported, the COVID-19 task force says they'll be doing vaccine outreach along with an aggressive contact tracing effort and testing strategy. Vaccines for kids continue to be rolled out.
Now that we're pushing on our children, I'm confident that we will reach our goal.
Over 36,000 residents are vaccinated and nearly 7,000 have received an additional dose or booster shot. Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News on Saipan.
CNMI Governor Ralph Torres is taking to Facebook in a new series of videos where he's interviewed by local radio host Gary Swart about the allegations waged by the Legislative Committee investigating his expenditures. Swart, who is also a member of the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors, says that the purpose of the series is to provide factual and historical information to set the record straight. The first video, released Wednesday afternoon, is 16 minutes long and addresses concerns about his utility bills and residents. We'll have more on this tomorrow on Primetime. As anticipated, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero signed an executive order today giving Government of Guam employees Black Friday off by declaring it as a GovGuam holiday. The governor, in the same executive order, also extended her declaration of a public health emergency for Guam for another 30 days. It is now scheduled to expire on December 30th. In our new series, 6 Feet Apart, 6 Feet Under, Tomas Manglotnia covers the grief, sadness, and hope amid the pandemic of our lifetime. In his third segment, Tomas sits down with a priest who saw some of the first COVID-19 death cremations firsthand.
The first COVID patient dying, the protocol indicated, and then again, we ran this through CDC, public health, the government, that it would be an immediate cremation within the 24 hours of death. And it was an unfortunate thing because families were not able to grieve or to mourn at that time or to be able to even see or be with their loved one.
In deep grief, families were locked out of being in communion. Father Mike Crisostomo was there for one of the first COVID-19 related fatalities brought to a funeral home.
There were no family members. And so that in itself was just very odd, very unchristian, if you will, and very just, I think maybe even inhumane at that point. I said, my God, here this person is going to be cremated and there's just no family members that are here.
WhatsApp video calls were the answers to prayers for some connection that families wanted.
I wasn't even able to be in the same room as that individual because it was COVID. And so I was literally behind the wall where the crematory was situated and the body was there. I was behind that wall. So I couldn't even go in that area. That's how strict it was.
Those restrictions were confusing and as time went on, were found to be unnecessary.
I remember we even had coffins where you couldn't even open the casket because it was COVID. Now we were having caskets open, but there was a bubble glass that was there. And then you had no bubble glass. And now you can go ahead and have a viewing without any protection.
Some traditions in our most sacred spaces were altered.
There's other things that were stopped in practice, like the offertory, singing. We weren't allowed to sing in church. Can you imagine that? But then we slowly, learned about it and we slowly lifted those restrictions.
Nearly 2 years into the pandemic, perhaps more prayers lifted too.
Since COVID, many of our families, have accepted it in that sense where what choice do they have? And so they waited till months go by. Some have waited a year. I remember just last year or earlier this year, we buried people who have died last year because they weren't able to gather.
Families are slowly coming together now.
I hope that we will soon get back to that normalcy where we will be able to go back to the mangingi of the elderly, or the hugging of people, the embracing of others, or even the touching of holy water, to make the sign of the cross, things like that, and maybe even more singing in the church, things that make us who we are as human beings, as community, as church, as Chamorros in our culture.
Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News.
Public Health held their weekly COVID-19 briefing today, giving updates on how many children received the Pfizer pediatric vaccine and their plans to give the booster to those 18 and older. Daniel Perez reports.
Look at them, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Public Health confirmed that as of yesterday, 2,152 children 5 to 11 have received the Pfizer pediatric vaccine. Bureau of Communicable Disease Control Administrator Annette Uggan gave details on more vaccination clinics available for kids of that age group.
We have private clinics, again, who are picking up and providing it at their facilities. And so we also have events forthcoming with the village mayors, and we are working with DOE to coordinate some events.
The FDA and CDC recently approved boosters for all those 18 and older. Public Health is currently planning on how they can give the boosters to the island's adult population.
Once the CDC expanded that recommendation last weekend, we pushed that information out to our providers, the community health centers, and the UOG pod, and the village level pods are providing it to anyone 18 and older. We will continue to provide outreach services. Our healthcare providers that are offering it at their clinic have also, expanded based on their regular hours of operation. Some take walk-ins, some are appointments. And so again, there's multiple opportunities across the island as we schedule more events. And we are working on a village campaign again, doing a round robin.
Interim Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero spoke about the rising cases in the unvaccinated in Europe and other states and continues to urge those who haven't gotten the shot to take it.
The best way to help prevent a surge is to make sure as many people are vaccinated as possible so that the spread is a lot harder to accomplish if the more and more people get vaccinated. So we keep pushing for that.
As we reported, you can get your vaccine or booster at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse, open every day except Thursdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Walk-ins are welcomed, but appointments will be prioritized. To schedule your appointment, go to tinyurl.com/vaxguam. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
The Guam Department of Education is ready to welcome back some 26,000 students to all 41 public school campuses full-time this Monday, November 29th. KUAM's Isaiah Uggan has this report.
The Guam Education Board greenlit the return of the 5 days of in-person instruction for all Guam Department of Education students Tuesday evening. This means that students from pre-kindergarten through the 12th grade enrolled in the face-to-face module of learning this school year will be heading back to campuses for a full week of school on Monday, November 29th, instead of the originally planned Wednesday, December 1st for just high school students. Before the board made a decision on Resolution 2021-12, some concerns were raised by Guam Federation of Teachers President Tim Fedenko.
Because the plan we discussed was to open up the high schools 5 days a week. They're fully vaccinated, or they have the ability to be vaccinated. But the elementary students haven't had that ability to be fully vaccinated. Therefore, I question the safety of it.
Fedenko requested for the board to push the return to Monday, January 3rd, which is when students are scheduled to come back from Christmas break, to allow elementary students to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Students in the face-to-face model of learning have been attending classes in scheduled cohorts 2 to 3 days a week, meaning half of the student population attend classes on any given school day since September. Meanwhile, GDOE Deputy Superintendent of Operations Erica Cruz says that the agency is confident that schools are prepared to welcome students back full-time to a safe learning environment.
Definitely, yes, we are ready. We had a principals meeting just to iron out some things, ensure that we have our sufficient number of desks in the classrooms. The schools did receive canopies and chairs, and so they're setting those things up. So basically, it's just we're setting up for the start of the school year. We're ready. Teachers are in place. We have our layered mitigation protocols in place, such as our hand washing stations, temperature checks, and so shifting from 2 cohorts to one cohort with 5 days of instruction. I believe our teachers and our school administrators and our staff are ready for Monday.
GDOE has made it clear that online students will continue throughout the remainder of the school year. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan.
The Port Authority's Board of Directors passed a resolution that gives General Manager Rory Respicio the authority to take any and all administrative and or criminal actions necessary regarding alleged illegal retroactive salary adjustments of former Port GM Senator Joanne Brown. The resolution follows an AG opinion issued in a question involving retroactive pay raises at KUAM. Following a review by the Port's legal counsel into the board's past actions related to the former general manager, the Port determined that about 8 pay adjustments for Brown contained illegal retroactive payments worth thousands of dollars. Aside from Brown's case, the Port was also instructed to look into any other retroactive pay raises that may have been given to other former PAG management from December 2012 through December 2018, and also seeks any and all administrative or criminal actions. In an interview with KUAM last week about the pending resolution, the senator called it retribution, adding the Port is coming after her, but it's not going to stop her from speaking out about what she thinks is wrong in the government. Power rates will go up again on December 1st, but are expected to remain at that level for the next 8 months. At a meeting Tuesday night, the Consolidated Commission on Utilities approved keeping the fuel surcharge known as the LEAC steady once a previously approved phased-in hike takes effect starting next month. CCU Commissioner Simon Sanchez recaps the recommendation that was presented by GPA General Manager John Beneventi.
The proposal, subject to final PUC approval and updated information that the PUC would have between now and January 31st. Your recommendation is we're going to hold this price for another 8 months, effective December 1 it moves to this level, and we would keep it even after February 1. That's your recommendation to us. Correct. And then if we approve, we send that to the PUC, and then they'll get a look at it.
There's still an under-recovery in fuel costs of about $17 million, but GPA says it can absorb that for now in order to maintain rates at the current level. GPA also previously received $15 million from the governor in American Rescue Plan funds to hold down rates. The Port Authority's Board of Directors passed a resolution that gives General Manager Roy Respicio the authority to take any and all administrative and or criminal actions necessary regarding alleged illegal retroactive salary adjustments of former Port GM Senator Joanne Brown. The resolution follows an AG opinion issued in a question involving retroactive pay raises at KUAM. Following a review by the Port's legal counsel into the board's past actions related to the former general manager, the Port determined that about 8 pay adjustments for Brown contained illegal retroactive payments worth thousands of dollars. Aside from Brown's case, the Port was also instructed to look into any other retroactive pay raises that may have been given to other former PAG management from December 2012 through December 2018, and also seek any and all administrative or criminal actions. In an interview with KUAM last week about the pending resolution, the senator called it retribution, adding the Port is coming after her, but it's not going to stop her from speaking out about what she thinks is wrong in the government. Once again, we invite you to voice your view across our social media pages with our daily question. Today we ask, what are your thoughts on the governor's investment para Hamzu strategy to use federal funding? We'll share responses on the link. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Our family was recently challenged with a difficult medical condition where my son needed a liver transplant. And I asked KAVO Select Care to assist me with that, and he required off-island care. In fact, it can only be taken care of off-island. So KAVO Select Care was there to help with all the referrals and the off-island coverage.
KAVO Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
There will come a time when people talk about how Hyundai makes the best car on the road. Now seems about right. The technologically advanced Hyundai Elantra is the 2021 North American Car of the Year.
From now until December 31, enter to win the 1 million Pacific Points giveaway. Simply activate your account, refer friends, earn and redeem points at Foodies, Shell, and ITE. Learn more about the 1 million Pacific Points giveaway at pacificpoints.com. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Half a day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
27-year-old Akmal Koziv appeared before Magistrate Judge Benjamin Sison in Superior Court for an arraignment hearing. In today's hearing, the Public Defender's Office filed a motion to withdraw due to a conflict of interest. He will be appointed a new public defender by early next week. Koziv is charged with aggravated murder and aggravated assault. His next court date will be December 15th before Magistrate Judge KUAM. Koziv stabbed and killed Dr. Miran Ribati at the Poinciana apartment complex in Tamuning after a discussion on vaccines, according to court documents. The jury was unanimous in finding James Damaso guilty on drug charges. In August of 2019, he was indicted for possession of 50 or more grams of methamphetamine hydrochloride with intent to distribute. Damaso was picked up previously in July 2019 during a sting operation in connection to a package that was addressed to Jeffrey Baldonado. When federal agents tracked down Damaso, he was found in possession of almost 140 gross grams of meth. In his vehicle, they found $31,000 in cash, Western Union receipts, a scale, glassine bags, and 2 concealment devices. He is scheduled to be sentenced on February 21st. A 59-year-old man was arrested and faces charges of criminal sexual conduct. According to court documents, a 13-year-old girl and her mother made a complaint at the Dededo precinct on Monday. The girl was reportedly very emotional, recounting the years of sexual abuse. She alleged that Stephen S. Michael had been sexually abusing her since she was 4 years old. The last time the girl said Michael sexually assaulted her was back in 2018 when he digitally penetrated her in a restroom. Michael was charged with first and second degree criminal sexual conduct. Pacific Federal Management, Inc., based in Tumon, has been awarded $10.5 million in military contract. The company will be providing base operation support services at Andersen Air Force Base and Naval Station, Guam. The work is expected to be completed this time next year. They specialize in office spaces, but M80 Systems was able to utilize their team and tools to create new business opportunities amidst the pandemic. Here's Inside Business. Turning challenges into opportunity. We share the story of M80 Systems here in Barrigada. The local company, like others, faced struggles, but in the end, it led to success.
Our mission here is to make spaces a reality.
Jessica Leon Guerrero is the president of M80 Systems. The company began specializing in designing office furniture in 1994. They've expanded throughout the years and now touch different points within office spaces.
Not only do we do the furniture, but we can do flooring, walls, window treatments. We do custom furniture. We do acrylics. We do office supplies, so really within a space needs, that's really what M80 provides a solution for.
like decorating and construction all in one spot.
We do construction too.
The M80 team had big projects lined up for 2020, but as we all know, those plans were thrown out the window when the pandemic prompted major mandates that shut businesses down.
We didn't know how long this would last, how companies would survive it. You know, people weren't making revenue. And so we had a lot of customers just come in and say, can you please try to cancel our orders?
But it was the request of one customer and the work of the M80 carpentry team that pivoted the company during the pandemic.
We ended up shifting from wood to custom acrylic. And so we started making all these different acrylic shields, these safeguard shields.
Fortunately, many customers returned and saw M80 as a space solution needs in order to reopen whilst following protocols. Leon Guerrero says they've been blessed and are thankful for where they are today.
Life is challenging, life is wonderful, but it always comes with these curveballs. I feel like these type of challenges just make you stronger as a company, as a team, make us stronger as a community. And if we can get through this, we can get through anything.
With Inside Business, I'm Tyler Matsanani. The holiday season is here. While most of us will be at home spending time with friends and family, our island frontliners continue to fight against the coronavirus. Daniel Perez has our next story.
With Thanksgiving right around the corner, our ER nurses at the Guam Memorial Hospital shared what they're thankful for this year. ER nurses Dennis Marbetta and Kimberly Resurrection.
Having an awesome team, ER family that I have here, because my family is not here. I'm just by myself in the island. I'm really thankful that, my team here in the ER is like treating me well like a family.
I'm thankful for family. I'm thankful for the camaraderie we have here at the ER, and the hospital as a whole.
Emergency medicine physician Dr. Marianne Legaspi thanks her fellow nurses and island residents who continue to do their part against the virus.
I'm extremely thankful for the local nurses that we have here, and also very happy to have support from our travel nurses. I'm very thankful for the community that we have here. In comparison to most other places, Guam has really, although our numbers did go up, Guam has really shown that we are leading in the vaccine percentages, or the vaccinated people in Guam. So I'm very thankful for that because it makes our job a lot easier.
Don't forget to thank the nurses, doctors, and all the frontline workers that continue to sacrifice so much to keep us safe from COVID-19. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
Sports is up next with Dave Delgado. Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
My name is Samantha Taitano. So I'm actually the executive director of a nonprofit. So just people who are looking for a different pathway that's going to lead to a secure job, but isn't necessarily thought of as the traditional path. There's a ton of opportunities on this island for the trades, lots of jobs available, and people are always hiring for them. And you can, if you become a skilled and reliable worker, you can definitely move up in the construction industry here.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Say hello to the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light, or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be. With Money Map from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Ali Adder, one of the team captains from the Dartmouth women's rugby team. Congratulations on winning the national championship over Army this season.
We knew from our first time playing with them that Army is obviously a very physical. Yeah, so we did that, and mentally we were just going in to every practice and every game, giving it our 100% and thinking about the outcome that we wanted for the game.
Well, winning the national championship 28-18 over Army. Talk about the team effort and what it took for you guys to pull off that victory.
2018, actually, we played Army in the semifinals, and then we played Harvard in the final. So that one took a lot of effort, most especially because it was during a snowstorm. So we all kind of had to work together and play as best as we could and as together as we could so that we could pull off that win. And then for this game against Army, we actually were expecting Harvard to go into the final, but Army pulled off the win against them in their semifinals. So like I said, in preparation, we just wanted to make sure that we were focusing on our game and focusing on the skills that we know that we are good at and can excel at. Something that one of the parents said, and it is true, Army is a tough team. They're a tough team physically, and but we are a dangerous team. We're a dangerous team when all our skills and all our talents are put together and we're out there playing our own game of rugby.
Well, looking back at your college career, winning a national championship your freshman season, and then winning again your senior season, looking back at your time there at Dartmouth, what are you going to remember most as you do wrap up your senior year there?
I said this before. I'm going to remember just the countless numbers of days of blood, sweat, and tears that we've worked into preparing for this final national championship, especially with losing our junior year season and seventh season. We really honed in on our craft and really trying to master our craft so that we can have the outcome that we did this past weekend. Just all the hard work and preparation that we did leading up to Saturday.
That freshman class that you were a part of, and when a program builds around the incoming freshmen, talking to some of your fellow teammates about the 4 years there, what has that been like, just looking back at it?
Going in as freshmen, we all, my freshman class that I went in with, we were a very talented class. I would say confidently that we had a very talented class. We had people from all different backgrounds, and we went in and we all started and we all made contributions to the team that obviously have grown so much and have made it into what this program is today. And it just keeps building and building, and to know that we're leaving some kind of legacy for others below us to build upon and build off of, we always talk about how much of an amazing and surreal feeling it is.
In programming news this Friday, November 26th at 7:30 in the morning, NFL on CBS, the Las Vegas Raiders at Dallas Cowboys. Keep it locked to the stations of KUAM at 11:20 in the morning. Change the channel over to KUAM TV 8 for some Sunday night football. Buffalo Bills at New Orleans Saints.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
At the Boko Box, we understand that everyone is different, which is why our meal plans are designed to fit different lifestyles. Whether you need easy and convenient meals because you're on the front lines, breaking personal records, or just trying to live a healthier lifestyle, we have a meal plan for you. Our meals are made with the most fresh, all-natural ingredients that are always grain, gluten, and refined sugar-free. Spend less time cooking and more time living. Call us at 922-BOCA, visit our website, or stop by our cafe in Hagåtña to start your meal subscription today. The Boko Box, real nutrition made daily.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on November 24th to Trevin John Pasquale, who celebrates birthday number 17 in 2021. And to our son, Trevin, we are so proud of you. May the Lord continue to bless you all the days of your life. We love you, Boom. Say Mom, Dad, and your Guam family. Brittany Renee Bazaduenas, happy birthday to you. And please enjoy your special day because we love and miss you guys. Say Mom, Dad, and your family. And Vicky Taitano sending a tropical and warm Biba cumpleaños to our beautiful Auntie Vicky. May your day be as blessed, as wonderful as you. We send love and hugs and wishes for many more celebrations. Please stay safe, Auntie. And your adoring family says we miss you. Happy birthday to each of you. Happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving.
That's going to do it for us here on Prime Time. Thanks so much for watching. Good night and happy Thanksgiving, Guam.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Half a day, everyone. I'm Nestor Lecanto. Welcome to another edition of In Full Zoom.